Hi, welcome to Bird and the Nerd. I'm Bird, this is my dad.
Not the nerd, but I'll take it for now.
Um, so we decided, since everyone's doing reviews, we decided to do one. We're very comic book people. I grew up reading all of his comics because he's a huge collector, huge Batman person. So I grew up reading them, reading all my older sisters, the ones he got for them. I started with like the Teen Titans Go comics, like the older ones, not the newer ones. The Powerpuff Girls, the Archie comics, and now that I'm older, I get to go to cons. I cosplay as Huntress and Harley Quinn, and
And that's one of the cool things for me is how we kind of tie in together. Because having daughters, it was kind of like, hey, where can we find that interest? Because I could only dress up so many Barbies and things. So I wanted to find something we could relate and we could do together, and that's kind of where Bird came in. And she's pretty maniacal about her comic books and collecting and making sure things are right and to the canon and who characters are. But we wanted to kind of bring a video together, just kind of weekly, as more family related and how it relates from her perspective and my perspective. Because, like she said, I've been collecting for a long time. I've got books behind me, books, and you can't even see most of them. But like I said, when we got started, and we went to a Superman celebration up in Metropolis, Illinois. Fantastic con if you get a chance to go. Super cool, free. Usually bring great artists. I know last year they had Dean Cain, but they also had Jimmy Palmiotti, Amanda Connor, Todd Aaron Smith. And if you don't know Todd Aaron Smith, you need to look him up and get to know him because he is an amazing artist, absolutely phenomenal. Worked on Batman the Animated Series, does all kinds of cards for Star Wars and
he's working
Star Trek.
on Marvel right now. That's what he told us when we last talked to him.
Yeah, he's doing all kinds of upper deck sketch cards and things like that. Super cool art. And Jimmy and Amanda work too, so don't get us wrong. We generally go to Cincinnati. We've got a couple local cons here too, Heroes and Villains. So we kind of cover the gamut of different things, and we wanted to share that with you. So that's cool. Bird?
Today we will be doing a Legion of Collectors box. If you don't know what this is, it looks like this. It comes in the mail every other month, and it's DC based. So in it you'll have all your DC stuff. What they have in it, they have T-shirts, patches, pins, Pop Funkos, kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it just depends on where it comes from. I mean, I know last one with the Justice League, they had sticky notes.
We got a cup.
The Wonder Woman mug and everything. So it's really cool. I know Marvel does a lot. There's a Marvel box, there's a Stan Lee box. There's just about every kind of box that you could imagine. As far as whatever your genre is. But we're kind of DC. Not to mean we don't like Marvel, because we go see all the movies. We love Marvel movies too, and comic books, it's questionable. I love the old Bronze and Silver Age stuff. Marvel was awesome. We got a chance a couple years ago to meet Stan Lee. That was really cool. So we're going to break this out, kind of walk you through it, and then you let us know what you think.
Okay.
Like I said, these come about every other month. Very cool. They've done Teen Titans, and they've done Superman and Wonder Woman and all kinds of other things. So right off the bat, I don't know if you can see, there's a Bane patch. What's that pen, Bird?
It is a Riddler pen.
Riddler pen, very cool. Again, this is the Batman Villains box. We're backing up a little bit because we missed this box. But we wanted to just kind of showcase the Legion of Collectors because we're big fans of it. So we got the Bane patch, and that's always cool. Ooh, I see good stuff in here.
Oh, no spoilers.
Big on spoilers. There. Sometimes we just throw them around because that's what you need to do. So again, very cool. I don't know if you can see this. We're kind of far away, but there's a Bane patch. There's a little Riddler pin, so that's cool. And again, I think these boxes, I don't know. It's like $25, $26 a month, so you definitely get your value out of them. So, what you got there, Bird?
This is a little card. It tells you what's coming next month. It also describes on the back what everything is, what is in the box, where it came from, what it does. It just tells you all about the things that you'll find in it.
Okay, next we got a little Batman / Riddler #1. It's 23.2, which is probably out of the new 52 set. It's just a Pop Funko Legion of Collectors, a little 4 or 5 page comic book. They're pretty neat. They're good to look at.
Next we have our Catwoman Pop Funko. I'm gonna put this down for right now.
Okay, the cool thing about these, you know, I mean, everybody does Pop Funkos, and I don't see it. I mean, I know if you collect Pop Funkos, they're super cool. We like them. I mean, you can see kind of ours right there. A lot of that's just here and there's, and some of the Legion of Collector stuff. This set right behind me, where did we go? Was it Cincinnati where we started?
Cincinnati's where we started because we got a Katana from Suicide Squad, the movie. We got a Pop Funko of that. And so we were like, hey, because we went to Cincinnati Con, and we went up there and we're like, hey, this would be really cool if we got that Katana Pop Funko signed. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, you know? So we started with the Katana, then
that
we
was
ended
Karen Fukuhara. She had a sign, very cool, super cool to me. That's one of the cool things I like as a parent, to kind of like when I see artists, because most of the time, I mean, let's be honest, I'm big into the artists. You know, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Neil Adams. I could go on and on about artists because I completely dig them. Ashley Witter, super cool, great artist. So when we go and the artist or the media guest or whatever you want to call, like really interact with my kid, you know, I feel like I'm okay spending that money, you know, because I mean, we know a lot of times autographs aren't cheap. You know, you got the price to get into the con, then you're gonna stand in line, then you're gonna, you know, here you're gonna meet this person, and are they gonna give you 2 seconds of the time? They're gonna give you 2 minutes of their time. And I understand they're busy and everything, but you know, if I'm gonna drop the kind of money to, hey, just for your autograph, make it worth my while. You know, make it, you know, I'm not saying take me out on a date and treat me to dinner, which would be super nice. Kevin Smith, I'm talking to you. No, I'm just kidding. Kevin Smith, super guy. But I just think that, you know, just, hey, be cool to my kid, and I'm in. And Karen Fukuhara was the same way. Jay Garrick was our second
Teddy
one.
Sears was great. He was our second one.
Yeah.
Then we got Rob Liefeld, who was another artist writer. He created Deadpool. He was super cool.
Because you were dressed like Harley that day, right?
Yeah, I was. Teddy Sears is super cool. He wanted like millions of pictures of me. He's like, because I have like props too. He's like, can I hold the mallet? And he got so excited about it, which made me excited about it and made him happy about it. So everyone was excited. We had Rob Liefeld, and you don't have to get the Pop Funko signed by just like the actors or the actresses, because we have Amanda Connor, Jimmy Palmiotti, and Chad Harden do a Harley Quinn sign our Harley Quinn Funko, and that's really cool.
Yeah, it was the new 52 version. So, you know, if you ever heard of Dog Pop Funkos, we're in a little bit, but we don't have like the super collection that some people do. You know, Run the Chase and things like that. We just I think we both rather just have books.
Yeah.
You know, than the Pop Funko. So, but that's really cool. We love adding it, especially when it's kind of in like our Batman family. So this one's more the older 80s and 90s Catwoman. Love it though, dig it, super cool. It's real retro.
Next we have another Dorbs, our little Pop Funko of Two-Face. This is another, I don't collect these, I mean I think they're super cute. Like Dorbs, adorbs.
She had to explain that to me.
And I mean, I think it's cool, but it's not something I'd go out and like buy. But I mean, it's nice to have. I mean, they're cute.
That's one of the cool things about the boxes with Legion of Collectors that I like, is there's a lot of stuff that we may not necessarily buy, but we have. You know, and it's cool to put up. I mean, I think one version we got like Salt and Pepper Shakers.
Oh yeah, they're up there.
The Batman Robin Salt and Pepper Shakers. Never bought
them.
Never would have bought them in 100 years. But the fact that I paid $25, so I feel like I get so much more out of this.
Oh,
I mean, you pay $3 or $4 for the packs. You pay $5 or $6 for the pin, or vice versa. You know, that's $12. There's another $10 for a pop. That's 22.
It's like $10 also.
Okay, that's 32. What's next?
We have next is a mug. This is like $20 at Hot Topic. This is
Yeah,
something
I don't
this
like
would be
Hot
really
Topic.
expensive.
I'm not a big Hot Topic fan. Every time we go to the mall, somebody has got to go to Hot Topic.
I like it. It's the only time where I can get shirts like this and like. I mean, I can't get this at Forever 21. I mean, I love Forever 21, but you can't get stuff like that here. I like my graphic tees.
Very super cool.
We have these mugs. It's a Joker mug. This is something I'll use. Actually, I love mugs, so this is something I'll definitely use. I wouldn't go and buy it though, because it'd be really expensive just to have. I mean, I don't know a lot of people that would carry it, except for Hot Topic or like Journeys or something. I don't know.
Just to kind of give you an idea about the mug, super cool.
Oh, I thought it had a chip, but it was just styrofoam. And I was about to get sad. It's cute.
Well, the cool thing is, if you have any problems with them, just give them a holler. That's really cool. We're not sitting here advocating, oh, Legion Collectors is the best. It's just about these boxes and some of this stuff and how it relates to what we do and kind of collecting and things.
This next one is exciting. Let me put the box down.
Oh, it's got to be good. She's putting the box down.
It's a hat. We haven't gotten a hat before. This is
No,
exciting.
usually it's a t-shirt. So
It's normally a t-shirt. This is really nice. This is a nice hat. You can see the inside. It says little Pop in DC right here. Has little Joker cards on the back. Little Joker on the front. This is a cute hat. This is cute. I mean, I have a bun in my hair, so I can't put it on. But this, see, if I went to a store and bought this would be pretty expensive.
oh, that's
This would be
$20
like
easy. I mean,
$20.
you go to
And I mean,
it's $20 easy.
all of this is probably like $50 put together. I mean, if this is 20, this is like 15. That's 35
and then say
right
8,
there.
43, 51. We already
Like,
counted that. So
yeah, so you can go, and this was a 25. This is a $25 box. So I mean, it's pretty nice to get like all this stuff for like $25.
All right, so now that you've heard a little bit about us, again, we do like collecting, love it, super big into it, love the movies, love the media, you know, things like that about it. But this is the first time we're doing this, so we'd love to hear your feedback about like what's going on or what you think. We're going to be talking about movie reviews. We're going to do this week's book sometimes as far as collecting goes. She has her favorites. I have mine. Really big into metal right now. Batman is always on the top of my list. Detective Comics is really good if you're not reading it. What else am I reading right off the top of my head? I can't think because we get pretty much the whole DC stable. I do a lot of independents too. I was in a God Country Redneck.
Shirtless Bear Fighter.
Shirtless Bear Fighter, favorite. She can't read it. So there's some things that I'll talk about that I have to be careful of, but we have my books and then her books and then our books. Because, like I said, some of the image and some of this is great. I love it's creator owned. I love the fact that they kind of incorporate it's the artist just taking off and doing their thing. And you know what? It's fantastic sometimes, but it's not always appropriate. I mean, you've been collecting, you know. It's not safe-ish like Marvel and DC is, but that's okay because we have our understandings. And most of the time, she doesn't really care.
Yeah.
What are you reading right now?
Right now I'm reading Harley Quinn, of course, Batgirl, Birds of Prey, Teen Titans.
Harley?
I already said Harley.
Did
yes.
you? Oh, okay.
Super Science.
That's a problem with parents. We never listen.
I'm also reading Batman Detective Comics.
So, you can kind of see we're kind of all over the place. Definitely recommend, again, Metal, super series. I know some people didn't buy into it, and that's cool, you know. Again, most of the books we'll talk about are going to be DC. I'll occasionally throw an independent in there. But the cool thing about it is it's all collecting. I get tired of the battles between Marvel and DC, and this sucks and this. You know, when I was growing up, unlike her, well, as a matter of fact, we just rented Super Friends from 1973. Not that I'm quite that old, but that was my genre. That was my 45 minutes on a Saturday morning was Super Friends. And that's all we got. We didn't get superhero movies until 78. Superman came along. I'm not going to mention Star Wars. I know Star Wars just blew everything out of the water. But, Christopher Reeve in 1978, that whole thing blew up. And then it'd be really 11 years before we had Batman. So, we didn't get movies every 3 months. And, people, I don't like this movie, or this movie sucks, it's the worst. Lucky you got it, man. I would rather have a crappy movie than no movie at all.
Yeah.
She's a little bit more peculiar and picky because she gets Young Justice on demand. She gets, Batman the Animated Series. She can binge it for days, which, again, phenomenal series.
It's really good. Well, Amazon, I know Amazon Prime only has the first 4 seasons. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, and Season 4. And I've watched every episode.
At least twice.
At least twice.
By the way, I'm drinking ginger ale. I just realized when I looked at the camera, it's ale. It's not any type of adult beverage, which I tend to partake from time to time, but again, when it's appropriate.
Yeah, Young Justice, Season 3 is out, or is coming out next year, or this year, but it's like later in the year, which I can wait for it, because if they're putting their time and effort into it, I'll wait for it. And if it comes out and it's amazing, I'll be like, give it another year if you need to make it even greater. But I mean, if I get it and it's taken a year, thanks, Dad.
This is my care meter. But that's the difference between her and I. She has hers, and I have mine. And then we find some common ground in between. And that's the cool thing about it is, being me and then having a bunch of daughters, it's kind of sometimes hard. But we've really got some cool common ground. And I support, the fact she likes Young Justice 3 or Young Justice, and she likes this. I mean, we've met Todd Note, who's one of the artists. Again, huge artist guy. Much respect to most of the artists. And most of the artists I don't have a whole lot of time for. It's not because of their art, it's just because they're a jerk at the con. And I think everybody's got a story about some jerk at a con. Maybe caught him at a bad day, maybe not, I don't know, but it's kind of, I don't expect them again to take me out to dinner, but just be appreciative, like 95% of the artists are. I'm completely in, because once I've met you, I mean, we've done some great, and maybe one time we can go over bird sketches. She's got a bunch. She's got Adam Hughes and Ashley Witter, and
the commission box is just sitting over there, full of every commission you can think of. We have a Batman Who Laughs. We have
Jonathan Glapion, very cool.
We have more Harleys than I can count, but it's fine.
Waiting on one from Nate Massengill now. Again, another super nice guy. Met him at a local con. He's doing a con down in Huntsville. Down in March, we'll be there for that. Also, what we're going to do is, if you take your comments, give us some constructive criticism. Let us know what's going on. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Hey, dude with hat on backward talks too much. Let Bird talk a little bit more. I'm cool with that. Just let us know. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those comments. What are we going to do with them, Bird?
We're going to use them.
For what?
Absolutely nothing.
That's right. We're going to throw them in a bucket. We're going to toss them aside. We're never going to read them. Absolutely not. It's going to happen.
I'll read them, but I'll hate them. I'll be a hater. If you guys if it's good constructive criticism, I'll be like, great. I'm okay with that. But if it's like, you guys suck, I'm like, well, you suck too, buddy. So take the hate.
Again, what we're really going to do with the comments, we're going to throw them in. We're going to do a random drawing. I'm going to get my buddy Jed Basil at Starbase 1552 Comics. Look him up on Facebook. Look him up online. Very cool dude. Super shop, man. Always runs great shops. Brings in a lot of cool artists. Jonathan Glapian was there. I know Donnie Cates was there.
The girl who works on, I can't think of her name on the top of my head. The girl who works on the Rick and Morty
CJ Cannon. CJ Cannon was there. So he always brings in a lot of cool artists. So definitely look him up. But what I'm going to get him to do, because he hasn't agreed to it yet, but he's going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your comments, throw them in a bucket, and I'm going to get Judd to donate something. It won't be a lot. It'll be maybe a pop, maybe a trade paperback, something cool. We'll contact you to say, hey man, what's your gig? You know, is it Harley? Is it Batman? Is it Marvel? Whatever it is, I'll go to Judd's shop. I'll muscle him, and he's going to tell me no. Like 10 times. He'll charge me double, as any good local comic shop owner does. No, he's a great guy. He'll find us something, and we're going to ship that out to you for free. That's kind of our, hey, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We'll probably be back next week or the week after. Another episode of Bird and the Nerd.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Y'all have a great day.